What's up, good people? What's up? This is your boy, Cool McCain. It's Monday. We got a whole lot to talk about within the world, the scope of professional wrestling. TNA, AEW had like 80 events last week. And of course, WWE. NXT been cooking a little bit. We got Raw, Smackdown, and y'all know what's coming. SummerSlam. We got to talk about that. So we're gonna drop all that knowledge for y'all. But y'all know joining me as always is the other half of this dynamic patriarchy of professional wrestling talk. My man, Playmaker. You got the full face, y'all. Y'all got a treat. Y'all got the full face.
Yeah, I'm taking a break from the Olympics to do this because that's all I've been doing.
That's literally all that man been doing. That's all that man been talking about. That's all that man been breathing.
Hey, you want to get this for every 4 years, okay?
Hey, well, that's actually not true. Because we got this 3 years ago.
That was for very unfathomable circumstances.
I'm just saying.
The Nets was not until 2028, which I plan on being there personally, by the way.
Over on the west side.
Why not?
Hey man, as much as you cover the Olympics, they should give you some credentials, if nobody else. I don't think I heard you talk about nothing but the Olympics. This is gonna be the first time, y'all, that we hear this man talk about something that's not Olympic related. Since not even since the ceremony, since they did the first soccer games like 2 days before.
Yep, they did soccer and rugby ahead of time.
So it's a refreshing change for those who follow Playmaker. But I'm sure once 8 o'clock hits, my man gonna have split screen on one TV watching 8 Olympic events, and then the small screen TV he'll have on Raw.
I mean, I have multiple TVs, so
so hey, it's time to dig into it, y'all.
Oh, and by the way, sci-fi, okay, not USA, sci-fi tonight and next Monday. For y'all, y'all go to use it. Hey, Raw ain't on. It's on sci-fi tonight and next Monday. Monday Night Raw's on sci-fi.
Hey, good bit of information for y'all to know. And y'all know our first guest, he always on point with the time. Daniel Berry Sports. Hello, everyone. What's up, Daniel? Happy Monday to you as well, my guy.
You know, usually we like keep things in order, but for today, go ahead, give me what match that y'all looking forward to when it comes to SummerSlam and what you want to see happen.
And then as we get to that, we'll talk about those comments. But yeah, go ahead and drop them in there whenever you grace us with your presence.
So we're talking about the biggest party of the summer. It's kind of out around the biggest party of the summer is in Cleveland.
No comment. TNA recap, y'all. So we have a new world champion. His name is FKA Dolph Ziggler, now Nick Nemeth, his real name. He won the Eliminator. We talked about that last week because it wasn't what they tried to make it out to be. But he won the match. So he is the champ. He came out, talk about he wanted to be a fighting champion. All the things the baby faces say when they win the belt. And then Campaign Singh, the personal assistant of one Mustafa Ali, comes out. And we didn't talk about last week, but Mustafa Ali kind of got the screw job on the X Division Championship. But it is what it is. Enough people were, digging it in there to where I was like, I'm just going to say he lost and we're going to keep it moving. But he came out, he referenced that, and he challenged Nick Nemeth to a match. Nick Nemeth was like, we can do that thing right now this week. Ali was like, nah. We're not going to do it this week, player. We're going to do it next week. Because next week makes a big difference from this week. That's the logic. So that's what they're going to do. So that'll be
So what's next week? What's so special about next week?
Just the regular episode. Nothing special. Because remember, the only people that do a special episode every 2 weeks is AEW. Nobody else does a special episode every 2 weeks.
So be this. Is this a championship match or just a regular match?
This is a championship match. But Nick Nemeth is going to be a fighting champion, which means he's going to take on all comers whenever. He's not going to be, he said, a protected champion like Moose.
I think that's the problem with the Babyface's championship.
Anytime outside of WWE, that's the problem. They do it too much. WWE doesn't do enough. At least on SmackDown, we'll say. They don't do enough with Cody of just having him fight people. It doesn't have to be a championship match. It could just be people stepping up saying, hey, I want a match for the champ. We'll have him come out and do one of his promos and some with the bloodline. I get the bloodline thing, but we have to have some deviation. We can't have Cody getting thrown through a table every week after getting into it with the bloodline and one of his allies getting beat down. That becomes a thing.
Well, a little foreshadowing. You ain't have to worry about that on Friday.
Fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, we have to get more variety in what we're doing with the champs on WWE. I think TNA and AEW at times, depending on what belt it is and who's a champion, they do that too. We don't need to see you fighting every week. Honestly, for me, I don't need to see a champion every week. So if you're in any way involved with booking with WWE, TNA, or AEW, you happen to see this, or even any of the indie promotions that some of the people may be watching us because we had one of the people on the show and some of them support us. Appreciate y'all as well. You don't have to have your show up every week. It can be a week in between. They can just do a backstage promo that you pre-tape 1 week. They can take a couple of weeks where we don't actually have to see them hear their music. And not saying because you don't want to hear it, but it makes it matter a little bit more. Like there was a time when the champion came out, you was like, oh, that's the champ coming out. What's about to happen? Now it's like, this dude is out every week. Now, like I get it with the Judgment Day because they always have something going on. And then Damian Priest with Gunther making things very personal. I get why you'd have him out every week because they kind of getting real physical. But you've got to find a way to give us some breaks from the champ every week. You got to find a way to pull back some for the champ to make it a little bit of a special attraction when they show up. That's what we've gotten away from, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it. I know we're in the middle of TNA, but this conversation needs to be had.
So it's one of those things because everybody was mad that Roman Reigns didn't show up. Remember? But I'm like,
yeah.
When you see him, it's a moment that you don't forget because he showed up and something crazy happened.
Yeah.
Now maybe for you're trying to find something in between,
Yes, I would like something in between. Roman showed up a little bit less than I would like and fought a little bit less than I would like him to. He did play the character well, and I wouldn't mind if you had those spurts where maybe he don't show up for a month or two, but then he shows up for a couple of weeks, comes out, does some promos, has a match. And again, I don't expect the champions every match to be for the championship. The one thing I will say AEW does right is the eliminator matches, where you have to fight the champion, and if you can beat them, then you get a match. And if you can't beat them, you don't get a match for people who are not the quote-unquote number one contender. I don't mind those because at least it's something different. It's a match without the championship on the line. So that's something, no matter how you feel about it, they brought this a little bit more innovative than just the regular rigmarole.
Daniel, I'm going to say get your popcorn ready because that is one of the things my partner does not like.
So Damien says, what's up? And then Damien has another comment. We're going to save that one.
This is where that guy over there, he hates that. He really does hate that.
This is a fact. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get Mustafa Ali, Nick Nemeth, next week. No special show, nothing important, just a regular episode of TNA Impact on a Thursday for a championship.
On a Thursday for the championship.
On a Thursday.
So we this is what we gonna do. No matter what promotion we talking about, if it's the actual main title, we're gonna call it the championship.
Fair enough. So for the championship. And that's if it's the men's or the women's, the championship. Fair enough. All right. Heel promo for Josh Alexander. So Josh Alexander I'm not gonna go through the instead of the promo, but I'm gonna say
was it convincing?
Yes. He's developing the heel persona, and they're not doing like they did with MJF in another promotion. They're actually, you can see it, you understand why he's doing it, but he's not like, now I'm the baddest guy, I'm the terriblest person in all of the promotion because I turned heel like a week ago. Like they're building it to it being him being more of a despicable heel.
As long as he was convincing, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You can't convince the people.
Oh yeah, they booed him. They booed the snot out of him. We also had a match between Hammerstone, Ash by Elegance, Jordan Grace, and who was Jordan Grace?
Where's Cole Johnson when you need him?
Right. He's never here when you need him because he would definitely have some negativity to say about that match, and rightfully so. I got to pull up. I forgot. I had it written down, and you know how I get when you start talking about other stuff. Something miss your mind. But there was a match.
Oh, it was like that. Oh, okay, that was the type of promo he put out there. I'm looking at Daniel.
Yeah. Damon said that promo was like Roman Reigns when he only said one word and left. Yeah, but it's those. For me, it's the build up. They didn't try to come out and make him like, oh, he's the most dastardly dude in all of TNA right now. Right?
So basically, he didn't explain why he did what he did.
No.
Oh, he's making y'all wait. Oh, yeah, that is great.
He's doing something, yeah. Besides just coming out and the next week I did it because y'all didn't support me enough. Now I'm going to be the same character I was 3 years ago. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes too, because I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, that is great. See, the Roman Reigns one wasn't even playing. That was what made.
He was just saying. Basically, came out. He made it short. And he didn't say nothing. And I like that build. Build it up. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't make him a dastardly dude from right away. Build it up.
Like you're not even gonna say why you did what you did. You're not even, what? You just gonna make it. You suck. You know that you suck. We should get an explanation right now. That's the crowd reaction. Oh man, that's great. I love it.
Sami Callihan. He had a match. Sami Callihan definitely has to work on the weight rope. Yeah, you got to work on the weight rope. Sami Callihan is a lot bigger than I remember. It was Eric Young. So Eric Young and Jordan Grace went up against Ash by Elegance.
No.
The reason I bring this up is because the women's champ was involved. And her team lost, but obviously it wasn't her that lost. Eric Young lost.
I know this. Hold on. If I remember correctly,
they did have the system come out.
Did that match end the same way as another match on SmackDown? Because if it did, I know. Because I already know when I saw the ending of that match on SmackDown, I thought about you, and I know you don't like the ending like that. Did that same thing happen in that match? Didn't Jordan Grace take the pin on that one?
Well, in this one, I expected it because Hammerstone's a guy they probably want to do more with than Eric Young, who's been there for Lord knows how long and done everything for the company. You know. So when I saw the match, I kind of figured who was going to win that. So surprised. So
look who joined us for the first time.
And Alicia Edwards was the only one that really had something to say.
So none of the guys that lost had anything to say. So none of the guys that lost had anything to say.
It was on this week because they're in the back. So yeah, I remember when the system they're gonna talk trash when they get ready to. They just weren't ready as of yet. They're selling the fact that they're of the disappointment in them losing.
Yeah,
what I'm hoping is they're not trying to turn them into a face group. Don't do that. But they are still the disappointment of them losing. So we'll see if it makes them more dangerous and more angry, or if it makes them weak. She did, however, say that they were going to get back on the winning track. They had a 6-man match.
Usually
so for those who may not,
it doesn't go that way.
Yeah. Alexander came out, basically insulted the crowd, criticized the city, the people in the city, and then walked away. Long story short, that's all.
If you want to get, that's the best way to do it.
Yep. So yeah, later in the main event, we got Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC, the System, versus Broken Matt Hardy, and then the new tag team champs, ABC.
And the System
at the conclusion of this match, the System lost.
Like I say, anytime you say that, it doesn't work that way. We will find a way to get back to our winning ways. Your next match, you taking that
thing. Yeah, and we definitely, I definitely saw the comment that you saw, sir. So in our chat, we have Brian Snowman Multimedia. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the true Monarchs of Wrestling with an R, the Playmaker and the Cool Cat." What up, Snowman?
What's up, Snowman?
We appreciate you tuning in and what's up, man. Damien says Sammy Callahan needs to not hang out with Zion. Laugh out loud. He does look like he's been eating a absorbent amount of beignets. So yeah, I agree, Damien. Like I saw him, Damien. Like I had saw him a few times, but you know how different outfits and how they do it. Sometimes you can't tell. But I saw him in this match. I was like, this dude is a lot more. His back is a lot bigger than it was the last time he was in TNA. Let's say it like that. His back is a lot bigger.
Oh Lord!
Y'all know what a big back means. Big back. Yeah.
Oh boy! Didn't expect that.
Yeah. So it's not a bad episode. TNA. A couple of other things happened. One thing I'm kind of watching is what they're doing with AJ Francis and his little squad. But I'm just waiting to see if they're going to do anything with it, or if they just.
Why does he have a belt?
And Carl Strowman, he doesn't have a belt anymore, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he lost it to. He lost to PCO at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. So like, what did he do to get a belt?
So yeah, he doesn't have the 2 belts anymore.
Good. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah. You gotta do a little bit more. I mean, I don't have a problem with him eventually having a lower tier belt, but you gotta do a little bit more around here to get that. So we're gonna take our first break here, y'all. We'll come back and we're gonna talk some AEW. And I know my co-host has one important thing he wants to talk about in regards to AEW.
I didn't say it was important for me to talk about. It was. I seen it and I was like, I need to send it to Cool because this actually happened.
I got some thoughts on that too, but yeah, I feel you. So let's get this commercial out the way, y'all. We're gonna come back and we're gonna bang through some juiciness for you. And shout out to Real Wise Radio. You're live, pumping, dumping, and something on there as well. I'm coming up with some new ones because hey, you can't use the same ones over and over. You gotta differentiate.
And shout out to 502 American Angel Radio up in Indiana.
Indianapolis, Indiana?
I just said the state.
I'm kidding. I feel you. All right, good people. Let's get it.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and where you can find podcasts. Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We're going to see about Cup. And running back Kerryon Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central on the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sotoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
We had an extra long break there, but I wanted to get all the football stuff together. So when y'all think of football, you can just see all of it right there. Just, you know what I'm saying? Your mind is one big meat wad of football.
Yeah,
so there we go.
We 2 days away from the month of August, so you know what that means.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And by the way, seen that Mr. Hernandez decided to comment about that certain commercial that you played. I am here to tell you, in 2 weeks from Thursday, Ramily Talk returns for season 5. So August 15th.
MVP calling it now. That's what he said for those who listen.
I know he's saying my wide receiver Puka Nacua is going to win MVP.
Hey man, I don't care who wins.
I don't see it, but yeah.
I ain't worried.
I would love to see strange things happen in the NFL, but when it comes to the NFL, we basically know how that's going to run.
Damien also says, "Whoa, wait, who busting what?"
That's from you, from what you said before we went to break.
I know. Hey,
but
Damien, get your mind out the gutter, sir. You know better.
But yeah, on the Playmakers Blog Sports Network, August 15th, and every Thursday during the NFL season, Ramily Talk will be coming. So if you're a Rams fan or you love following me, y'all know where to find me at on Thursdays. Talking Rams football.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Damien's comment here from earlier. This is the time to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Damien says, speaking of special episodes in AEW, why are we calling a TV show Blood and Guts if there isn't any blood or guts in the whole show? And why does that U.S. belt look like a second grader designed it? You are being kind when you say a second grader, sir. I was thinking a preschooler.
Those of you who don't know, we're talking about how Blood and Guts opened up on Wednesday with that man known as Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. And before my co-host gets started, I want him to get all this out the way now. So he doesn't like that, and he also don't like the fact that Wednesday's show was called Blood and Guts.
So yeah, I want to. There's a couple of things I don't. There's not much I like about this whole segment. There's not much I liked about the whole entire episode itself. Minimal blood. I'll give him a little bit because Jungle Boy and them had a little bit at the end of the Blood and Guts match that was contained to the ring. The Blood and Guts match is not supposed to be contained to the ring. That's just a Survivor Series match, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it really was a 5-on-5 I Quit match. This is what this really was. Okay, so they need to do better about how you execute things. The first couple of Blood and Guts matches were much better than this. This was the worst one. They came up with the idea to have Swerve Strickland handcuffed to the cage at the beginning of the match. And then Jeff Jarrett, among all people, who's been a sleazeball his entire time, along with Billy Gunn, Daddy Ass himself, were the ones that came out and got him out of the handcuffs along with Prince Nala. That's what we're doing. We're handcuffing the black man to the cage. That's what we're doing.
And technically, this was the start of the Blood and Guts match.
Yes. Because they were the last two in was him and
Hangman.
Yeah, him and Hangman. Because they didn't know if Hangman was going to show or not. It was some suspense, and they beat up Christopher Daniels in the back. I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way because I'd rather focus on the trash that was the Maxwell Jacob Freeman entire segment and that garbage belt. But before we do that, I just want to say Darby Allin is a sick individual.
That man is a psychopath.
Yes, he is a very sick individual. My co-host feels like he's a psychopath. And to pour gasoline on someone and threaten to light them on fire, that's dark.
Y'all know how I feel about the Elite, but Nick Jackson. Was it Nick or Matt Jackson?
No, it was Jungle Boy.
I'm talking about the one who saved him.
Oh, Nick. Yeah, that was Nick.
Nick, y'all know I don't like the Elite, but Nick, you did the right thing.
You definitely did the right thing.
You did the right thing.
He did all that to get a shot at his championship
and win the match.
Championship
and win the match, you know.
But remember, he was like, "If you don't give me a championship match, I'm still
At first he did that, and then Jungle Boy is a crazy individual his damn self.
This is very true, but I get it. But you should have found a better way to incorporate that into the storyline. And we're going to talk about something else that needs to be that should have been done in the storyline better as well. Before they do that, we got to go back. So MJF comes out. He walks to the ring. He gets in. As soon as he starts talking, you know what I think? Is it 2019, 2020, or is it 2024? Because I'm hearing the same crap I heard in 2019, 2020. We spent this time getting this dude over as a face. For him to come back and turn heel for no apparent reason. Now I get if you wanted him to turn heel.
Thank you, Adam Cole.
Against this, right? I get if you want to do that. If you want to turn heel to win the match with the knuckles. I get that. But beforehand, you made him a heel. There was no purpose for him to be a heel at that point. Also, before I go no further, what up, AP? Appreciate you tuning in, my boy. I know you, Damien, y'all ride hard with us. And a couple of more when they can't get here. Damien says Darby Allin should have been in WWE when they had that bootleg ECW. It probably would have been better. I think Darby Allin was still sleeping in the cars then.
Darby Allin probably be dead.
Yeah, he'd probably be dead.
We talking ECW. We talking about everything goes.
Well, he's talking about the bootleg ECW, the WWE ECW.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, okay.
I want you to take the scumness and the scumbaggery in a different direction, right? I didn't need to basically get 2019, 2020, maybe 2021 as well, MJF again, right? What's the point in going and reverting to a character that's worse? You could have came out and played with the crowd and toyed with them and then turned on them. But no, you went basically to the old script, word for word, just like nothing ever changed from then.
Not to mention he basically gave away all in match.
Yes. But before we get any further, I'm not even showing you the belt because it's trash. I was going to download it and have it and throw it up on the screen for you, but our screen does not deserve to be desecrated with that piece of trash called the American Championship. And he should lose this belt because after he debuted and started popping off and celebrating, of course, the bruv came in. The bruv grabbed the mic once he ran away, because you know he ran away, and let him know, hey, rematch all in. Please give the belt back to the bruv. I cannot stand this American Championship crap. Let's just stop it and act like it never happened. Right? Like, there's certain things where it's like, I get you trying to do something different, and I get you want to go a different route with people, but a different route is a different route. Stop wasting Maxwell Jacob Friedman and having him do the same thing he did 4 years ago.
See, I knew it was going all in when he started talking about England. I was like, yep. So we're going to get this rematch in England. Gotcha.
Damien says the 24/7
belt.
It does. The hardcore championship looks better than that crap. The American championship.
We're gonna get the 24/7 title. Oh my god, that was like the stupidest title.
This whole entire thing was a waste of my life. Honestly, I would have been better off if you just would announce that there was going to be a rematch at All In. The bruv came out and said it in like 5 minutes left. All this MJF crap that I just saw, that's garbage, and I don't care about it. And if that's what you're going to do with MJF, people are going to stop hating him. They're going to stop caring about him, except for a bunch of weirdos that want to see the same thing from 3-4 years ago. Let the dude advance. Let him do something different. He can still be a scumbag in a different way. He didn't have to sound like the same old guy.
Oh, did you say advance? Something like evolution? Is that what you're referring to?
Did you know evolution is a
oh my gosh, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we saw a different level of a timeless person that came back.
We did. Because what happens is you're supposed to change, right? You're supposed to change and evolve and develop, not come back and do the same thing you were doing before. So everybody understands that but MJF and Tony Khan, because apparently if you're one of the major pieces in AEW, you also get some input into your character. So whoever's fault this is between y'all two or y'all two together, MJF, I need you to stop going into the sessions with Tony Khan now, because he's throwing powder in the air all the time. So the air in there, probably you walk in and it probably just hits you, and you are automatically on the same elevated plane as him.
See what they did with MJF. Toni Strom comes back. Matter of fact, was she dressed as a camera woman when she came back?
Mm-hmm.
And there was something different about Toni Strom. Something so much different that she looked at Mariah May while being held in one corner, and Mariah May held another corner, and asked her, is she ready to die? Because she is. Oh. This is what we was looking for.
Yeah, Mariah May.
I don't know we wanted to go that far with it, but this is what we was looking for.
Yeah, Mariah May is very disrespectful. She used Toni Storm's move to win her match. And Toni Strom was like, I got you. So she came back. She got her a little piece of Mariah May. Mariah May got her a little piece of Toni Strom. I like it. See, you're going to give me a pound of flesh when you treat me like Mariah May treated Toni Strom a couple of weeks ago. When I get back, I'm gonna get you. You gonna get got. You know what I'm saying? And I liked it.
Works. We have a crave Toni Strom now. She's still timeless.
Yeah, if she's crazy timeless Toni Strom, woo, that might be an even better version. But AP is AP is in the building. He says, let's not talk about Darby Allin coffin drop finish move. Like, really? I mean, I feel you, but I really look at this dude. I'm like, what else could he do? He's like 125 pounds soaking wet. I mean, he's probably a little bit more than that, but you get what I'm saying.
He's still a psychopath. The willingness to want to put somebody on fire. See, Daniel Bryan, he actually worked with his gimmick.
Yeah, so Damian says Daniel Bryan wooden WWE Championship belt was way better than that belt that came from the Goodwill store. So I gotta agree. I understand
that worked with his character.
I understand that worked with his character, but that was a trash belt as well.
It was, but it worked with his character.
It may have worked with his character, but that belt was trash. So I get it, Damien. I agree with you. I feel where you're going. You're basically naming the most garbage championships that we've had and talking about how they're better than that belt. The old school lime green GCW championship was better than that crap. I'm engaging that with Damien for a minute. I'm gonna throw that one out there. All right.
I'm not saying it worked with the character. That's all I'm saying. If it worked with the character, I can tolerate if it works with the character.
Still was garbage though.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying, but it worked with the character, so it made sense.
It didn't have to happen, but it made sense. But we could have been all right without it too. Damien also says Mariah May got that Psycho movie. Mickey James in her. He was trying to say Mickey James got moved in Mickey James. Yeah. Mariah got Mickey James.
Nah, I can't agree with that because Mickey James.
I can't because
Mickey James is
like trying to beat Toni Storm, like not Thomas, but she's trying to be like the old Toni Storm. Like she's really using the moves and everything. So I see where he's coming from. Probably not as much as Mickey James because she's not. Well, I mean, technically, she is trying to be a version of Toni Storm.
She's trying to be a version of Toni Storm. Mickey James was trying to be in Trish Stratus.
No, I get it, but I'm saying it's that same psycho vibe. I get where you're coming from. It's the same psycho vibe. It's not as bad, but it's that same. I'm trying to be her. That's weird. That's the Mickey James-ish. Yeah, I mean, I see where it's coming from. I see where it's coming from.
Yeah, Mickey James was on a different level with that one.
I mean, but it's in that same room. I see where it's coming from.
Like, this is a little uncomfortable to watch here.
It's a little uncomfortable.
But what Mariah May is doing is like, Mariah May is trying to be a better Toni Storm. Let's put it like that. I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, but still, you're trying to be a better version of somebody else. That's still weird. That's still like
it's
really
weird.
Creepy. You know what I'm saying? It's still really creepy. So Toni Storm is back, of course. We talked about that. We had Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, have her match. So she wins her match against Sheeta. Well, I don't know why they're not calling her Hikaru Sheeta no more, just Sheeta, but whatever.
Where have I been at? This?
I don't know, sir.
Or Hikaru Sheeta? I love.
Is what?
This is the Hikaru Sheeta I want to see.
Yeah.
This is who I want to see. The viciousness.
Sneakily got a little bit of case going on too. Sneakily.
She put on some weight and good areas.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You made a comeback.
Mariah surprised me too. Is a little bit more cakish than I had originally thought. A little more fluffiness.
But you did brought up the whole thing with Brent Breaker, right? Now, mind you, this is Brent Breaker's first actual match since returning, and you're talking about her most competitive rival. Because that was their sixth match.
Yeah, and they were good rivals back in the day. Because Sheeta was one of the first champions for the company. You know what I'm saying?
And when they go at it, which I'm surprised that didn't happen Wednesday, but usually when they go at it, somebody leaving with some blood. That's all. I'm put it like that. Usually somebody leaving.
And ironically, it doesn't happen on a show named what, Playmaker?
Blood and Guts.
What is the irony? There's hardly no blood on the show named Blood and Guts.
And that's one reason why my coach. The other reason why my coach is mad when you say a show called Blood and Guts, that's like a weekend show. If you get my drift,
right?
Not on a weekday.
AEW does too much trying to do special episodes on Wednesdays. You have to stop it. Like I give you one, do one ever so often, like Winter Wonderland or whatever. But you can't have these type of pay-per-view level shows and you want to do them on a Wednesday, and then you don't even do a good job of it because you like to put on 5-hour shows and you had to cut it down to 2 hours.
But
I'm gonna stop there.
Britt Baker won her match.
Yes, she won a match, and
of course,
Playmaker's girl,
Mercedes Moné. I'm not saying the nickname. I can care less. All right. Now, if she does team with the Elite, then I respectfully put the nickname back in it. But until she's actually with the Elite, she's not getting called that.
They have a little back and forth. The important part from this, a new set of bouncing cakes has been added to the AEW roster. And
So
she is
when you-
tied with Mercedes Moné.
When you have Tony Schiavone, Taz on commentary, and they are studying on their words, that means you did something. You did something.
Kamille Cakeage. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna go into it, but there's fluffy frosted cakes there, and I love that you have that beside Miss No Cakes. So that's a good balance. I love it. They did kind of hint that this was coming, but you hear a lot of things that don't actually come to fruition. So glad that this actually came to fruition. Shout out AEW. Kamille's a good acquisition. Kamille is someone who's been in other organizations. She was a women's champion in the NWA. So she's been around.
I'm just gonna put it like this.
I like the addition.
AEW got there. If I had to put a similar person to it, they found their Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh yeah. They're similar in the cake category too.
They built the same too.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yes.
Now I said, I was like, ooh, what the? Now Mercedes Moné, we're going somewhere now.
You was over there like Tony Schiavone and Taz, weren't you?
I was stunned. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't expect that.
I seen Kamille. I was like, yeah, Kamille. Okay, Kamille.
Now we're getting somewhere now. Now we having Mercedes Moné dive into the hair persona now.
Yep.
If you want to be called a CEO, you got to do some CEO type moves.
Yeah, you got to.
That's a CEO type move right there.
Now you got to round out the group.
I don't want to deal with you. So I'm going to bring somebody else to come deal with you.
She need to round out the group. She going to be the CEO. She need a group. But I like it. I like the move.
That's what I need. Now, the reason why we got to that one, because that wasn't the only thing that took place when it comes to those three ladies.
It was not.
Apparently we had a Comic-Con down at San Diego, California.
And I have to say, Mercedes Moné's outfit, even though she is pancakes, maybe a little bit over pancakes, she did look good in that Poison Ivy outfit. She really did look good in that outfit.
I'm glad you know.
Cakes or not, I was like, ooh, she looked good in that outfit.
Now you know why I had an obsession.
I never said she didn't look good. I said she didn't have cakes. I never said the woman was not gorgeous. Those are two separate things, because you could be
more focused on cakes though.
That's what I'm saying. She does not. She is not winning in the cake department.
I know that. I didn't care.
Overall, I mean, she is a very beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I didn't know AEW was going to be at Comic-Con. I knew WWE was there because those videos of CM Punk and Zoe Stark, shout out to Zoe Stark. She got her own action figure and she got to see it for herself, which is like crazy.
Yeah,
but I didn't know AEW was going down there too. So that must have been a week-long convention down in San Diego. And Brent Baker was doing her thing. Swerve was there. Orange Cassidy there, doing their thing. Miss Mercedes Moné and her new henchman come walking in. Said some words, and we reached the point that Brent Baker don't talk no more. She wants to throw hands now.
Yeah.
We want to throw hands now, which my partner would not object to at all.
And I have to say, Kamille could look good in some plastic bags from Walmart.
And then Tony Khan was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. If I had to put it on it, if it sounds blasphemy, my co-host would tell me, but I think Tony Khan dove into Adam Pearce's bag on this one.
he definitely had an Adam Pearce tantrum.
I'm sick of this. You know what? I would love to see this. I would love to see this match. I know y'all would love to see All In, Mercedes Moné, Brent Baker for the TBS title.
Yeah, it'll be a good match. It'll definitely be a good match. There won't be anything about this match that make you be like, oh, this sucks, because these are two women that can perform in the ring. You say what you want about Mercedes Moné, like I do, like I joke about, Mercedes case and everything, but this woman can wrestle. That woman can wrestle. And that's the important part. That's what we're doing over here with wrestling. The story needs to be better. My beef is always the story. My beef is never the execution of the matches with AEW, because the matches are going to be great. AEW can put a wrestler in the ring with a plastic trash can, right? And they will have a good choreographed match. There won't be no story a lot of times, but they'll have a match. They're building a little story here. So they're doing something that we like to see. They're building a little story. So if I'm going to complain when they don't do it, I have to give them props when they're doing it. They're building some story here.
And they went to a San Diego Comic-Con to continue it as well, which is very smart of AEW in that department. Even though we're not in the ring, we can still build on this story.
Right. And the way Orange Cassidy had Britt Baker.
Look like he was trying to hold her and try to be careful at the same time.
Yeah. I know he was like, yeah, but I don't want Adam Cole to get mad.
Yeah. Well, he was like, okay, all right. I got around the back. Okay, I'm in the right area.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
go down too far.
Nope. I agree, sir. I agree.
And your boy was just saying that, like, do I need to move or anything? Do I need to leave? He was just sitting there like, hey man, I ain't expect all this,
My brother was just confused.
And bro was like, whoa, wait, hey, come back. Hey, we not. I'm talking about your boy Swerve was sitting there like, wait a minute.
Oh, Swerve was like, I ain't touching nobody.
Swerve was just like,
I'm chilling.
Swerve like, do I need to move or something? Let me know.
Swerve was like, I ain't touching nobody. I don't want no problems. That's how you do it, Swerve.
Swerve was just like, let's let me know if I need to move or anything, because I will move.
Right. But I ain't touching nobody.
So that's that. Hey man, it's SummerSlam weekend, so y'all go ahead and put whatever match y'all looking forward to, which I think is gonna happen, because we gonna talk about SummerSlam.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all those for sure. So 2 other quote unquote bits of interest happened. So AEW had Collision and then Battle of the Belts. So AEW was on for like Lord knows how many hours on Saturday night after all the other programming. But the important things that I pulled out, because of course we got time constraints. We ain't gonna be on for 5 hours. You know how AEW do. FTR got a win over a debuting tag team. That tag team is called MXM. It's the Maximum Male Models' new name. And they're called Mason, Madden, and Mansoor. Or Mansoor.
Now you know why FTR won, because...
Yes, I do. Their interest was quite interesting. I would suggest to you go look up their entrance and go look up that preschool or second grade, or wherever you want to put championship that Maxwell Jacob Friedman has, and as well if you want to hear his promo that you're gonna be sitting there thinking it's the same thing I've heard a billion times. It's all on YouTube. All right. Last thing for AEW. Oh, did you want to have any thoughts on that? Because I know it's a little wild.
That's the simple fact they are still sticking with something similar to what they did in WWE is ridiculous.
I agree. They are on Ring of Honor, I believe. So there's that. Side note: Sammy Guevara.
Speaking of Ring of Honor,
yeah, Sammy Guevara came out to help Dustin Rhodes the night after. The next day I'm going to talk about, which is he won the first championship he's had under the AEW banner. So they actually do what AEW does and doesn't explain stuff ahead of time. But they actually vacated both Texas championships, but they have the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles are now back on Ring of Honor. So the Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erich boys won that. So this is Dustin and the Von Erichs, of course, first piece of championship gold. And also Tony Khan talked about possibly making Ring of Honor a AEW brand, so that may help with being able to get a team deal. I'm going to give you an alternative that may work, Tony. Have a freaking split brand, build the people up, and if you have them on an AEW show, have them defending a championship and maybe winning. Just saying. So any thoughts on any of those last couple of bits here before we go to the next break and then bust into the WWE portion of the show?
This cool attention was brought to you by Monarchs of Wrestling. That's it. That's all.
All right. So Yolanda says, "Hey guys, let me get Yolanda. Hello, Yolanda. Appreciate you tuning in. I knew you was coming. I wasn't even worried about it. I was like, Yolanda be here in a little bit. She coming." Damien says Kamille got a bigger pop than Mercedes when she debuted. That's messed up. Yeah, because she actually had a debut. Like Mercedes just kind of showed up and gyrated around and turned her hands around and
hey, she was in the freaking stands for some of the shows. You just sitting there like, when are you going to finally show up and do something down there instead of being in the crowd?
All right. Damien says TK better not brand Ring of Honor. He shouldn't, but I mean, I'm just saying that's what he said. So Yolanda asked, "What show y'all talking about?" So Yolanda,
she figured it out. In her
No. These happened on the So they won the belts on the Battle of the Belts that came on after Collision.
Yeah.
So that's where these things happen at on Collision and Battle of the Belts. So you probably didn't watch Battle of the Belts too. I wouldn't even expect you to. They also take Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, and that's where. So it's convoluted, but basically that's where it theoretically happened after the Ring of Honor thing. I mean, after the Battle of the Belts, because the Battle of the Belts can be from any. So you could be from AEW, Ring of Honor, Collision, Dynamite, whatever, on Battle of the Belts, because it's just you defending championships. But that's where that happened at. And Damien says Rampage, Collision, and Dynamite should be the brand split. Leave Ring of Honor out of it. So I'm not saying a brand split. What I'm saying, Damien, is you need to be just on Ring of Honor. We don't need Ring of Honor guys fighting on Dynamite and Collision and Rampage and getting beat all the time. How are you going to build a brand up and use everybody for fodder for your other people from the other brands? It's not smart business. No one's going to pay to watch or care about a brand that sucks because everybody on there gets beat all the time. But they shouldn't brand AEW, but I mean a Ring of Honor with AEW. But like I said, on roster, Let the people have, at least if they're going to lose, let it be a great showing and they barely lose. Build the brand and the people that are part of the brand up. Separate roster. You got something to say, Playmaker? I'm going to hush and let you get it out.
No, you said they take designer. You might as well go to commercial break. How you take one of the premier shows? Oh, Ringo, let's go to break. Oh my gosh! even though I don't follow Ring of Honor like that, I do know this how important Dishonor is. And you taped it.
They taped it.
You taped it. Oh.
Taped it.
Go to break. Go to break. Go to break.
Everything for Ring of Honor.
Go to break.
Let's go.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Ancient Reapers at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson, Brianna Stewart 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
I'm glad you played that first part twice.
So what?
I'm glad you played that twice.
Well, what? Yeah.
I know you didn't try to, but I'm glad you did because that will always be gold for me when it comes to I Brother Wise and Hefe. Not that I love you.
Because I was confused. No problem.
That man said, I love you, you morons.
you left out the bleeping moron.
Because we don't do that on this show. So
well, that's what I said, bleeping. Yeah, I'm saying not the actual word. Bleeping. Or the fudging moron. You know what I'm saying?
Wise. That man there is something special. All right. Y'all did see a Shooting Lights Out commercial, and I'm pretty sure y'all was trying to run over why I didn't do a show today, because that'll actually be tomorrow. Myself, Cole Johnson, and the Queen of Hoop, Megan Price, because as you already know, the Olympics have started, and we are up 1-0 in both leagues.
Hey, what time are you doing it tomorrow, sir?
2:00.
I might be there.
2:00, opening games. We're doing good. US is leading in the medals. Right
Matter
now,
of fact,
so.
I'll be there.
But let's give y'all a quick news update if y'all wondering why you didn't see Shooting the Lights Out today like you normally do on a Monday before I do this. Now, before we get to this, what would have been a better group? The Hurt Business, the Street Profits, or the Creed Brothers?
Street Profits.
But for some reason, Triple H didn't want to go that route.
They fit the vibe.
Triple H, I don't know what Triple H saw. I would like to know what Triple H saw. The reason why he decided to go in a different direction. These things happen. Before we get to SummerSlam, and yet again, those of you who forget, go ahead, tell me what match you're looking forward to for the biggest part of the summer. What you think is going to happen at the biggest part of the summer, because it is that week. It is the go home week before SummerSlam. All roads lead to Cleveland, Ohio.
That just sounds dirty, but yeah, that's the truth.
I had to get my one pat.
That's the dirty truth.
I had to get my Pat McAfee in one good time.
I see. Not the awesome truth, the dirty truth.
I will say this. Monday Night Raw. Did you get a feeling Monday Night Raw went back in time a bit? Because we coming out with some tomfoolery out the gate.
It felt like they had a purpose to the show, yeah. Like it went back in time a little bit. We are using this episode from top to bottom to set up SummerSlam early. Because 2 weeks at a time is early for WWE.
Gunther comes out. But have we reached the point in WWE like saying I'm sorry? It's against the rules now. Have we reached that point? Because it sounded like Gunther was supposed to apologize for what he said the previous week. He's like, no. I meant every single word I said. That street trash champion you call Damian Priest. Damian Priest did a cool McCain. Damian Priest came out there with the mic. Nah, I ain't speaking. Bam! We having a brawl out the gate to start Monday Night Raw. When I say go back in time, they went to commercial break. They came back. They were still brawling. When the last time you seen that in WWE? Take a whole commercial break, and they still going at it.
The only thing we seen close to that was when whatchamacallit was beating up CM Punk. McIntyre was
I'm like, oh, this is real personal now.
Yeah.
This ain't even about the championship no more, even though the championship is on the line.
Right.
This is Damian Priest saying, you gonna respect me.
Respect my authority.
And Gunther's like, I don't respect nobody. I really think Gunther don't respect nobody. He don't even care.
Did not seem
that's how we open up Raw. Mm-hmm. Now we did have Sonya Deville did defeat Light Valkyria, which kind of didn't want because I kind of figured it was going to go that route.
Yeah,
and like Light Valkyria like just got there at the same time, so it's like kind of iffy on me, but it happened. Selena Vega did beat Zoe Stark because Light Valkyria and
one arm
Carter. Yeah, one arm Selena Vega. Because Selena Vega had backup that Zoe, Shayna, and Sonya didn't think was going to be backup for Selena. So she had backup and she got a victory over Zoe Stark. It happens, Sorry, I hate that you lost, but you did lose. You did lose to Zelina Vega, which is not a bad loss for my vantage point.
All I'm gonna say is, I will say this: we haven't talked about this before. So we got little cake. Yes. We got little cake. We got to give her that. We're going to talk about the most attractive women with cakes. We have to give the other women with cakes props too. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Uncle Howdy made an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that video with Nikki Cross, I hate that I knew it was going to deliver. So I don't hate that part. I hate the part how it delivered. Jeez Louise.
The way that these videos are going, you could have put Darby Allin in this group.
And somehow, some way, they'll find a way to make Darby Allin look good, which is crazy within of itself. So, hey, my partner got kicked out. That's interesting. So yes, we had that happen. Now, let's start to get down to SummerSlam from what Raw did. CM Punk comes out. He knows that Drew McIntyre's in the building. Why wait to Cleveland? We in Title Town. We in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Let's go ahead and we can do this right now. Drew McIntyre walks out. Punk, I seen this before. I know how you are. You know, you get to this point where you just want to throw hands and not think clearly. No, we don't have to throw hands right now, okay? That time will come, but not tonight, not in Green Bay, right? Well, Paul was like, well, if you ain't gonna come to me, I just come to you. And, you know, Adam Pearce doing Adam Pearce things. Hey, no, separate them two, get them. But we had to fire it up Adam Pearce. We got to fire up Adam. He said, I had enough of this. I have enough of this craziness. I had to deal with it with Drew McIntyre, with Damian Priest and Gunther. Now I got to deal with you two. I have a problem here, and I'm sick of it. So guess what? Since I have a problem, and a big behind problem, Seth Rollins music hits. When Seth Rollins music hits, I already knew what it was going. I said, oh boy, this actually finna make this happen. Now, Adam Pearce didn't announce it. He let Seth Rollins announce it. Seth Rollins come in the ring. He ain't make no bones about it. I don't like you, CM Punk. I don't like you, Drew McIntyre. But guess what? I'm a solution. I am a visionary. He did a whole stick. And I am your special guest referee.
Sing my song.
Here we go. Here, and you can see CM Punk climb was on the apron. Red eyes, ready to charge. Drew McIntyre gets up. Now he got that angry look like, why is you in my business?
Yeah, they were both not happy with him being part, which is great, right? They went and got the one douchebag that neither one can stand and can't stand neither one. So I like it.
So we're going to have 3 men in the ring, one being a referee, and none of the 3 can stand each other. Oh, and by the way, tonight.
Which bodes better for CM Punk because he's the face in all this.
Which, by the way, tonight, we're going to have the rules of engagement with Seth Rollins with the 2 combatants tonight. That's going to be interesting to see how that's going to go. And I'm looking forward. The reason I'm looking forward to this, I want to see who's gonna screw who when it get to SummerSlam. Somebody's getting. To me, I figure somebody's getting screwed out of this. I want to see if they're gonna tell me who secretly. You know how WWE like do stuff. Like me and you, we catch the hints. Unlike most people, we catch the hints. I caught that.
Yeah.
So that's
some
on the
comments here. I'll jump onto it right quick. If you don't mind, sir. We'll save the ones that are about the belts. So we talk about that. But Damian says Rosemary promo on Thursday was better than Nikki videotape. So it's subjective. Rosemary's been doing this longer. She's had a lot more vignettes. and they have a little bit more freedom in TNA. I did like Rosemary's. I didn't talk about it because I want to see where they go with her character, but it'll be interesting if when she has a match next week, she lives up to what the promos are saying. Daddy Dutch says only MF are here with a face slap. I don't know what you're seeing, bro, but we got a couple of people vibing with us, but it may be across different platforms.
Look, the Nikki Cross video is basically it's like she can't talk anymore. It's like everything was taken out of her.
Yeah. Damien also says, is it just me or special guest referee matches are very overrated and pointless?
We haven't had special guest referee matches for a long time. I don't even remember the last time we had one.
Well, I'll say for me overall, normally they
I'll
are.
take that bet. I'll take that bet. Bubba Ray Dudley WrestleMania.
Yeah, no. Normally I say a lot. Sometimes they are, but I think this is going to be good because of the hatred amongst the people. You know what I'm saying? Like they all don't like each other, so it's going to be like who Seth going to snap on first? Is he going to snap on somebody? They're going to keep it professional. And
who going to snap on Seth first?
Well, it's kind of dumb to snap on your referee, right?
You know how they. You be talking about two guys who have egos and can blow a fuse at any given moment.
Yeah, but it's still kind of dumb to snap on your referee.
And we already seen what happened with Drew McIntyre when it comes to referees. The reason why he was in this position to begin with.
But this is a special guest referee that is also a wrestler.
So this is why I like this so much. So we tying everything that has taken place between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre all in one match.
Damien says, wait, time out. Why is Jesse Ventura at Raw?
Where is Raw at today? Is Raw in Minnesota today? I'll look that up at some point. But yeah. And then Judgment Day, outside of Damian Priest. 30 Dom decided to talk to Mommy about this whole Jey Uso thing. And she was like, y'all stay away from Jey Uso. Now, some can speculate it's like there's something going on between Mommy and Jey Uso, or is Rhea's just like, no, you 4 idiots stay away from him because y'all can't touch him. Depending on how you look at it, like you said, subjective. Depending on how you look at it.
To me, it was more like y'all idiots, stay away.
Don't get embarrassed. And usually let Finn be the instigator of all this. No, you got to defend your honor, man. You got to go. You need to go handle that. Matter of fact, we gonna go handle it with you. So all 4 of them leave the locker room. Go look for Jey Uso. They don't succeed at first. They decide to split up. While Don walks by himself, guess who shows up? Thankfully, Finn showed up in time. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what? Don can't say nothing. It's like, she found me. I wasn't looking for her. She found me. What you want me to do about it? You better leave. Man, I think Jay went there. No, you ain't going that way. She just went that way. Take your butt that way. Finn shaking his head like, man, he about to get us all killed. Now Carlito and JD finally does find Jey Uso and they start beating him up. And Sami Zayn just so happened to do an interview down the hallway. Just so happened to be doing an interview down the hallway. We ain't gonna call it a coincidence. Just so happened to do an interview. Comes and saves Jey Uso. And he's like, so we already knew we won't get a tag team match, which we did. Jey Uso, Sami Zayn against JD Madonna and Finn Balor, your Raw Tag Team Champions. Which they are the World Tag Team Champions. And what you thought was going to happen happened, you know. Jay and Sammy won, and then Sammy gets cut in half by Braun Breaker. Who, by the way, beat the brakes off of No Dragunov again. To the point where the ref had to call the match.
Doesn't matter. You can't beat Sami Zayn.
So we getting this rematch at SummerSlam. This should be interesting how this one goes. Just to throw that out there. But the interesting part is when Mommy found out that Liv Morgan ran into Dominic, she was like, "Oh no, you know what?
They are in Minnesota, sir. That's why he's there.
They in Minnesota.
Yeah,
they in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Had a feeling." Mommy said, "No, I'm meaning this right here, right now. I'm sick of this. Drag is Dominic to the ring." I don't know if I was Dominic, if I would be like getting manhandled by a woman like that. I don't know how I feel. What about you?
Well, if I was Dom, I'd like it. For me, I wouldn't like it. You know what I'm saying?
So they get the ring. Mama's like, if you want him, you can have him. I know what you mean by that. So, so Mommy comes like, if you want it, you can have him. Liv comes out somewhere in the arena, in the back part of the arena, said some things like, guys like Dom don't go for girls like Rhea. That was like, well, one, that's a lie.
And then she flipped around her pancake like somebody supposed to be excited.
Yeah, she did a little twirl to show some cheeks. Saying guys like Dom go for girls like her. And then Dom did the unthinkable.
Yo. Damien says Dom went Lil Joker on Liv. I hate you.
I hate you. You ruin everything. Start speaking in Spanish at the same time. They actually let Doms talk. They did not boo this man when he talked. He went off on Liv Morgan. And like a little sad puppy girl up there crying her eyes out. I'm just going to say at that point, I was like, this MF is going to turn at SummerSlam. That's all I was thinking. This MF turning at SummerSlam. Good gracious.
Yeah, Damien also says about the segment Bo Dallas doing Sister Abigail was clean, almost gave me chills. A little disturbing, definitely.
Yeah, a little disturbing. Now, that was Raw. That's Road to SmackDown.
I want to say one thing.
All right.
I don't know if this whole "I hate you Liv" thing is real or not. I'm a little. I need to see what happens at the pay-per-view and tonight, because this may not be what's really happening. This may be the setup for the payoff at SummerSlam.
You heard what I said. This MF is turning at SummerSlam.
But yeah, just want to get that out for the good people.
This MF is going to turn at SummerSlam. You son of a...
I mean, I had to say that, man. I had to say that.
Now let's go to SmackDown. Your girl. One of the things that my co-host said, your girl, who is the women's champion on SmackDown, took the pin. Not only did she take the pin, she took the pin to her opponent at SummerSlam, the Queen. I know you didn't like that.
Hey, it happens, man. Sometimes BBL Bailey get dropped, man.
And that's after the fact that they already had attacked Meacham before the match. And I would say them, the Queen, and Miss Money.
I mean, and she was in a situation where it made sense for her to take the pin, right? Because the partner got taken out. She going against two scumbag women, so it made sense storyline wise. So sometimes you got to take the L. I will say it's harder to, like, when you see Bailey get pinned now, it's harder for her to get her shoulders up because those cakes are rising her up, so putting her at a disadvantage. Just throw that up there.
Cody Rhodes was not at SmackDown. He was out in Tokyo.
That's fair. That's all it deserved. That's fair.
You brought it up earlier, so So you did a little foreshadowing without even knowing it. Cody Rhodes was not on SmackDown. He was in Tokyo doing something out there for WWE, along with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and some other people. By the way, Jade and Bianca Belair, they will get their rematch. I think it's on SmackDown for all.
Oh, it is. Yes, sir.
Why is it on SmackDown? That is SummerSlam plays me, but okay.
I had my thoughts on that.
But I'm gonna move on. And so we had a gauntlet match for the number one contendership for DIY's WWE Tag Team titles. And it got to a point where Tonga, who has an eye patch over his, is that the right eye or the left eye? I want to say the right eye. Nick always was looking at the blood and I was like, well, I think y'all need to forfeit y'all spots because only Tonga's the only one that can compete. I'm in my behind looking at Nick was like, you do realize there's another member, right? Did you forget they have a fourth member? So I looked at him and was like, no. All due respect, Nick Aldis, we would not be forfeiting our spot in the gauntlet match because we might not have Tonga tonight, but we do got this man. And since you love him so much, I will let you introduce him.
The Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. And I do love me some Jacob Fatu. And you better get some gold around his waist on Friday.
That whole complexion of that gauntlet match changed. And not only did it change because some fat Jacob Fatu was in there. Guess who's the last team in the gauntlet match? The Bloodline. The very last team.
I'm gonna be 100. Wherever they was at with Jacob Fatu and that crazy Tonga, what you call it? Tamatonga. It's so many Tongas. Tamatonga. I already knew they was gonna win.
I knew they were gonna win when I was like, when Nick was like, I need y'all to forfeit. I'm like, you must have forgot they got Jacob Fatu. What is wrong with you? So Bloodline versus the Street Profits. The right to challenge for the WWE Tag Team titles. Good match. Very good match. And of course, we know how this ends. Well, you have a guy by the name of Jacob Fatu in a match.
It's not fair.
No outside interference. Solo and Tonga was out there. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do anything. It was a good, clean win by the Bloodline. So you can't say the Bloodline cheats to win.
And we're going to get another one of those good, clean wins on Friday. You hear me, WWE?
When you have a guy like Jacob Fatu, it's just different. It's just different. Now, SummerSlam, as we get ready to wrap up. So far, only been 4 matches. So far, only been 4 matches that I thought confirmed for this. There got to be more matches coming. Got to be more matches coming, right? There has to be more matches coming. We talking about one of the biggest parts of something. You got to have some more matches. But we're gonna stick to the main ones. World Heavyweight Championship. Are we still on the Gunther? Are we still on King Gunther train?
I'm gonna say no. I'm switching.
He's switching.
I'm switching. I think that Damian Priest is gonna keep this belt for a little bit.
He's buying into Damian Priest.
I think somewhere down the line, Gunther is the one that gets the belt. I just don't think it's right now.
You don't think it's SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Well, Damian is still on the King Gunther bandwagon. He says Finn is going to help, which was part of my question. Do we begin to see the dissolvement of the Judgment Day as currently constructed at SummerSlam? He's with Damian Priest. This thing has become personal. So I didn't expect it to become personal.
Here's the thing. Here's why I say that Finn's gonna the Gunther's not gonna win. So if you're Finn Balor and you really are looking at the dissolution or knocking down the bloodline, don't you want to take the belt off Damian Priest? Don't you want to face him and take the belt off of him? So why would you help Gunther win?
Because you ain't beating
Gunther.
Yeah, you ain't beating Gunther.
So you can help Damian win. Damian gets mad because you got interjected into the match. And then that starts some fracturization there that ends up with them having a pay-per-view match, which Damian's probably going to win, but you need new opponents.
I'm with my cause. I'm flipping them. Once this thing got personal, I said, I might have to go a different route now.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't get personal, and it was just a straight up, I'm just going to beat you for the title because I don't think you're deserving of it, and not going to a disrespectful matter to it, I'll be with King Gunther, but that's tough though. That man won King of the Ring too. Speaking of winning that King of the Ring, King of the Ring, the Queen Nia Jax is going against your girl Bayley. Are you still Team BBL Bayley, or will the Queen rise to the throne?
I think Nia's going to win this match. I think you got Tiffany Stratton with you. I don't know if Bayley's going to have a second out there. I don't want Naomi playing her second. Maybe Meechin ends up coming out to help her, but I don't want Naomi involved in that mess no more. We need a more aggressive Naomi. We need Naomi to get back girls, and we get the triple cakes again and build her up as an aggressive leader to that little threesome.
I'm rolling with the Queen. I'm going Queen Nia Jax.
Yeah,
because she's been, and it's no secret. WWE is happy with how Nia Jax is doing it with this run that she's on.
Yes.
This is a good payoff for Nia Jax.
Yeah, you need to pay her off with a victory. Yep.
Or Damian might be right in that regard as well.
So Damian says Bayley wins, Tiffany cashes in and fails. Nia wins, Tiffany can still cash in and fail.
But I don't think she's going to do that. And it could be getting to a point where they might have Nia win and have Tiffany be a little sneaky little demon girl. It's like, I can cast this in whenever I want to and whoever I want to. So even though I love being around the Queen, I might have to do what I have to do, you know. Which people don't like when you got to do what you got to do.
But you got to do what you got to do.
But you got to do what you got to do.
That's how it goes.
Women's World Title, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley.
Unless there's a swerve, Rhea should win this match. I'm hedging my bets on this one because we ain't seen Raw yet. I don't know how stuff's going to go. But unless there's a swerve, Rhea should win this match. If there's a swerve, Liv is going to retain.
Liv retains because that them is Dirty Dom turns.
That happens, I'm with you. But if nothing happens, Rhea should win.
Oh, if nothing happens, there's no way in the world. There's no universe, no multiverse, nothing of Liv Morgan beating Rhea Ripley straight up. But that sleazeball, Dirty Dom turn is going to keep Liv Morgan with that title. But if he doesn't turn, that makes things a little more interesting. Because we do have evidence that Finn Balor has been playing some sleazy behind games behind their back too.
I think Finn may be the ultimate sleazeball in all this.
So if Dirty Dom doesn't turn on Mommy's gonna win. But if that sleazeball turns, Will's winning. Yeah, I'm gonna get this lovely freaking couple on Monday Night Raw, which I would throw up every time I see it. And finally, that's the confirmed match. Solo.
You got 2 more matches.
Well,
after this one, you about to do.
What's the other one? Because I only see 4 on here. I already did 3.
United States and Intercontinental.
Oh yeah, forgot about that one. Hey, Logan Paul, your reign should end on Saturday. You should not go past Saturday. I don't care. Your reign should not go past Saturday. And WWE, can you do the right thing? And that's how Sami Zayn get cut in half. That's it. That's all I gotta say on that. That's how Sami Zayn get cut in half.
All I gotta say about your comment about Logan Paul. And Sami Zayn, that goes for that one too.
Solo, you got your title match. You ain't winning. Bloodline, no bloodline. I don't care. You're not dethroning Cody Rhodes.
If he wins this match, if somehow Solo wins this match, which I agree with you, I don't think it's going to happen. But if somehow he wins this match, this is the hugest swerve that we've got in a long time. This is the NWO level swerve.
If Solo wins this match, I expect a music to hit. In Cleveland, Ohio, we be building a new stadium.
Because they're gonna tear the roof off of it.
Ain't no roof on the stadium.
Tear the roof off the mother sucker. Tear the roof
ain't no roof on their stadium, so that's why I said they're gonna be building a new stadium.
Well, the proverbial roof.
If Solo wins this match, I expect to hear another music. And when I hear another music, Cleveland ain't gonna have no stadium.
It could be one of two musics though. So which one are you talking about?
There's only one music that people really want to hear right about now.
There's one that they always want to hear, whether they admit it or not.
That is true.
Yeah, there's one that they always want to hear. And I even wanted to hear it while I was hating on it.
I feel where you're coming from. My bad. You got that one. You won that one.
I was just thinking outside the box, and you were thinking inside the box.
That music does have somehow that I don't even expect that music to hit, but if that music does hit. If that music hit, that means Cody Rhodes retained. I'm just gonna say that. If that music hit, Cody Rhodes retained. And we're gonna start that journey. But if Solo win, another music gonna hit. Because Solo been running his mouth. That's all I'm saying.
Solo has been running his mouth.
But that's it. We're almost at the 10-minute mark, past the hour. We need to watch. We need to get ready to watch Raw. We need, because we probably missed the opening promo already. Whoever did the promo,
you already know we have. It's all good though. But y'all good people. Hey, y'all know what it is. Just remember, if you are looking for Raw and you have not found it, you have not found it because you are looking at the wrong place. It is sci-fi, so you're going to have to tune your TVs to the sci-fi channel, not the USA channel. Because if you turn to USA, you're going to be watching some Olympics coverage. You ain't going to be seeing no WWE.
But there's nothing wrong with watching the Olympics, by the way.
No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm saying if you're looking for WWE, just make sure you're in the right place. And I say that to you because my silly butt was watching had it on USA, and I looked up and I'm like, wait a minute.
Even though I said at the beginning it was on sci-fi.
Yeah, he did. You know his habit.
See, this is why I did it.
So quick, we'll go to the last comments. Real quick, Damien says Liv title reign sucks more than the first run. She barely defended it. Her reigns
she defended it 3 times already. What you mean?
Her reigns aren't good. It's just, to me, it's not how many she's been in. It's just everything.
No, I ain't talking about the entire ring. I'm talking about the fact that he said she barely defended it. I'm like, she defended it like 3 times. What you talking about?
Damien says, I don't see Roman showing up. Cole, if you smell. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
If that music hits, Cody Rhodes retains, and oh boy.
And then Damien says, question, do y'all think Cody should be healed since he's going to be a villain on The Boys? Damien,
he don't want to be a villain. I think Cody Rhodes doesn't make that. He doesn't want to be a villain.
I don't care what he does on TV. He probably should be a villain though, just because they have to do a better job of getting heels for the face where he needs to turn into a villain. Or at least a tweener. You gotta do something. Like we gotta do something different.
No, you know what you need to do? Stop having all your babyface champions try to be fighting champions.
We talked about that earlier.
I'm creating it.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. I feel you. So good people, do things. Tell 4 your friends, 4 people that may or may not like you so much as well, to come check out your boys. Also, always remember, it's never where you start. It is always where you finish. Playmaker, any last words before we release y'all for Raw? Oh,
Biggest-
502 Angel Radio, shout out. We've been live on Real Wise Radio. We live every week. Appreciate y'all riding with us. Everybody, YouTube, at Real Play Callers, come sub.
All I care about, gold medals and the biggest party of the summer. That's it. Gold medals and the biggest party of the summer. And
hey, I guess we'll both see y'all tomorrow too.
And y'all give me and Dodie, find a way to give me more than 6 matches for SummerSlam. You talking about the biggest party of the summer, you only got 6 matches, even though all of them for titles.
Yeah,
all of them for titles, which is good. But I need more than 6 matches. We talking about the biggest part of the summer. It's a party.
Oh, and Trick Williams had a monster match with Cedric Alexander on NXT. Shout out to them for putting on a very quality match.
My shout out goes to his Cedric Alexander best friend because he around here faking injuries and getting girls to take him to the doctor. That's all I gotta say.
We're done, y'all. We're done. We are done. Y'all enjoy it. We will be returning. Make sure y'all tune in with us. Y'all know what it is. And we out.